Alright. After over an hour of technical difficulties, we are finally live. Finally bringing to you Kedjor versus PikminJacob. Hi, Cajon, and thanks for reminding everyone, Kedjor. Okay, I think we... Right, we just need to see if Jacob's ready to begin the match. Alright. At long last, we can do this. Right, is Kedjor gonna quit out of it, or...? There we go. That is more like it. Hey. Right. Match begins, therefore, in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Sprout League 2. Today, we have Kedjor versus PikminJacob, and map voting is currently underway for the first round. The choices are Concrete Playground, Battle Yard, Citadel of Steel, and Construction Fortress, with Concrete Playground being the option currently in the lead. The time runs out, and indeed we will be going to Concrete Playground. Let the round begin! Would I rather have 1 marble, 5 sugar courses? That is an easy one, Gafon. 10 cherries every day, any day. It is possible that they could end up being useless. But that is a very small chance that enough of them are going to be useless to have made the marble or the sugar quartzes more worth it. So on average, the 10 cherries are definitely going to be the best. We finally begin. An hour and 13 minutes after we were supposed to. Truly, we love technical difficulties. Kedjor loses a Pikmin to the Shearwig. That sneaky Shearwig that's always there behind the pallet posies on this layout. You always have to watch out for it, and Jacob did. So Jacob is currently ahead by a significant margin on the growth. He's making his way to mid, and on this layout of Concrete Playground, getting to mid first is more important than pretty much anywhere else. Because slap bang in the mid of mid is where the cherries spawn. Jacob almost manages, but not quite, to one-cycle the Crawmad, as it is actually Kedjor who gets the cherries from mid first, because Jacob has taken so long with this Crawmad. This is going to be great news for Kedjor. It's going to allow him to reverse his slow start. Okay, maybe not. Sticky Bomb first cherry. That's probably the worst thing he could have got right now. Does he know how to use this? Alright, Kedjor, keep your own Pikmin away. The tights for Jacob. They keep his Pikmin scattered while Kedjor is able to prioritize the wrong marble. He needs to go for the center marble. He can go for the center marble, he needs to go for the center marble. He needs to shore it up with more reinforcements, he needs to keep Jacob away from it! It's on his side now, he needs to keep it on his side. Jacob's probably gonna go off... Oh, no he's not. So Jacob's just let Kedjor have the center marble. But he is stealing one slightly on Kedjor's side right now. So this could work out for him in the end. But what Kedjor's gonna do now is come and shut this down. And get more cherries while he's at it. Jacob has more Pikmin, but Kedjor has the positional advantage. All Kedjor needs now is the last yellow marble there on his own side. What Jacob is going to have to do is take it from him. With more Pikmin, he may be able to do exactly this. Jacob is actually currently dealing with the snitch bug on Kedjor's side. As Kedjor is returning to base, getting the rest of his Pikmin, using the Pluckaphone, and he is ready to shut down Jacob's plans. Ooh, Kedjor could use this bomb to... What's he gonna do? Oh, he warps back to base! Ooh, I think I know what's going on. No, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what Jacob is trying to accomplish here. Oh dear. Okay, so Kedjor just drops that down there. He wants to get rid of that so we can actually do more useful things. Uh-oh. The Crawmad yoinked one. And that's gonna yoink another. If Kedjor's not careful. And he isn't. Now he's spicying. I guess that's not a bad move in the circumstances. What is a bad move, however, is losing even more Pikmin to the Crawmad. And this Crawmad has lost Kedjor so much time that Jacob's actually been able to arrive here and contest this marble. Unsuccessfully, but still. So it should be added to... Well, I'm not the one to ask about that. You should ask Drought. I personally don't really have an opinion either way. As long as I've got my man Fiddlebert in the game, that's all that matters to me. Kedjor 1, Jacob 0! Now hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. There's a difference between not caring and hating. That's in the middle of combat zone and make him do absolutely nothing. That would make combat zone a little bit more interesting. Right, how are the votes going this time? We got 2 votes to let... Oh, no, 2 votes for Volatile Metalworks, 1 vote for Bottomless Sewer, 1 vote for the most banned map that isn't currently banned, and 1 vote to let the YouTube chat pick the map. 10 minutes left, and it's currently now a tie with 2 votes each between... No, not a tie anymore. Bottomless Sewer in the lead. As time runs out, and we are going to Bottomless Sewer. So let the round begin. Kedjor's got to be quite careful he doesn't lose any Pikmin to that electricity. Luckily for Jacob, he seems to have safer positioning with the electrical wires. That is to say, none near his onion. Both players focusing on rushing everything in. Kedjor leaving a Pikmin each to each of those wall poles. So just leave them to their own devices. Meaning he'll probably have a few more Pikmin in than Jacob as he's heading out. He even goes for the 3rd one there. Now he's got to deal with this electricity. Can he deal with it safely? Yes, he can. Jacob is seeing what Kedjor is doing and trying to emulate it. Monkey see, monkey do. And monkey do just as well. Jacob, however, is choosing not to go after that wall pole all the way over there, considering it too much of a risk. How close it is to the electrical wire, and also he needs to be mindful of how much time he's got! As Kedjor manages to lose half his squad off the map! Look both ways, look all ways before you cross the sewer. Don't they teach you basic map safety? Maybe Kedjor will be able to come back from this. He already seems to be, actually. What Jacob's doing now is he's focusing on getting all these in. Once he's got in that other Weevil corpse, he'll hit 50. What Jacob seems to be focusing on right now is, yep, getting that cherry. He's gonna get back to this, put some Pikmin on it. Oh dear! Only for Jacob to return to base and find a bunch of his Pikmin have been burned to death by the 2 fiery blowhogs Kedjor are summoned here, as Jacob then proceeds to walk over half of his own squad off the map! Once again, putting Kedjor in a very strong position. And things look like they're going to turn from ugly to uglier for Jacob as the ball bear has dropped in. It chases Jacob out of his base. Oh, there go a few more. I think those were Kedjors just then. Holy one. Now Kedjor's got to be even more careful not to lose this next punch down the... At this point, why do I even bother to say things? Well, it looks like Jacob's trying to take the next model here. It looks like he'll be able to get away with it as well. Timer is beginning to wind down. Less than 3 minutes remain, but that is going to change quite quickly as Jacob is about to collect in one of his yellow marbles. I mean, I say that as this volatile Dweevil might achieve something very... No, it achieves nothing. But what has happened now is... Once again, Jacob has lost a lot of his Pikmin to the fiery blowhog at home. As Kedjor makes his way back to mid, he'll be taking this marble. Now Jacob's trying to get away once again from the Dweevil, as 4 more Pikmin walk off the edge. Kedjor drops this barrier on the corpse, but I don't really see what this is going to achieve. Sure, it's wasting Jacob's time, but it's also wasting his own time. At least it's perhaps diverted Jacob's attention a bit, to allow Kedjor to grab all of these cherries. But yeah, Kedjor is going to need 2 more marbles from mid, and then there's 1 more on his side he can use to win as well. The same goes for Jacob. But since Kedjor has more Pikmin, he is currently favored to win. Oh, Kedjor's going to be very careful around these parts. Okay, I do not know why he just used the Pluckaphone on 0 Pikmin. Because he wanted to cycle it out for something more useful, but really? A Pluckaphone you would be doing that with? Uh-oh. Another one walks off for Kedjor. Oh, but wait! Oh. Oh, okay. Dweevil takes the corpse off the map, but the corpse respawns. Well, looks like another beetle's gonna do it now. More and more cherries for Kedjor. More and more trips out for Kedjor. More and more marbles for Kedjor? Let's find out. Oh dear, Kedjor, no, 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 no! Okay, that's good. Oh wait, it's the antenna beetle go- okay, okay. So Kedjor is now going to try and intercept this marble. If he can get away with this, this puts him in a very, very strong position. What did the YouTube chat just do? On the stream overlay. It's a whole bunch updated at once. So now all Kedjor needs is the last marble on his side. And he's got this. But now Kedjor has suffered drastic losses to these Bulborb larvae. Jacob now has more than just over double Kedjor's Pikmin count, and Jacob could use this opportunity to steal that very marble Kedjor needs. But this is the only shot Jacob has at winning, and he needs to make it count. He's caught on, he knows what he needs to do, but can he get away with it? With a numbers disparity this big, he may actually be able to successfully steal this without a spicy. It's gonna be tough, but I think he can do it. Now, if I were Jacob, I would not... Oh, dear. Kedjor has just doomed himself. Jacob now has an unbitterable spicy. Oh, wait. Depending on how many each player's Pikmin needs kill. Oh, now Kedjor's just down to his 8 last remaining Pikmin to Jacob's 20. Jacob is going to easily be able to take this marble, as Kedjor uses his final bitter, meaning Jacob now has 2 unbitterable spicies. You bet he's going to use it. Well, he's going to use one on only half his squad. Oh dear. Jacob? No! No! Jacob forgot what throwing is at the last second! He was in the perfect position to turn everything around, but he just kept swarming instead of throwing like 3 Pikmin! Talk about defeat from the jaws of victory! Kedjor 2, Jacob 0. Kedjor skips all of his bans, while Jacob is thinking carefully about which ones he wants to ban. Some part of me wants to cry, but my eyes are not complying. They don't want to make the tears happen. Alright. Warbox this time. Let the round begin! Alright, Anto, you've convinced me. You only needed to convince me with one sentence. All you needed to do to convince me was remind me. So far, so good for both players. Of course, this could quickly change for either, or for both. Oh! There goes Pikmin for Kedjor. They go two, actually. You know, one time I asked Drought. Oh dear. One time I asked Drought if he could add a death counter into the game itself. He said no, and he gave some specific reason why. I can't remember what that reason was. But Kedjor is currently using a spicy. Splitting across 1, 2, 3 marbles. How is Jacob going to respond to this? He's gonna fight one of them unspicy. I would bitter here if I were Jacob. He's not bittering. And yeah, I think Kedjor is most likely about to win. He's got 3 marbles, Jacob's only got 1. He's got 1 more Pikmin, he's got a bunch more cherries. Well, 1 more cherry right now, he's getting more. Oh, I think Kedjor just lost another one somewhere. Yes, he did. Jacob throws that bomb off to one side. As Kedjor is hunting down his final marble. There it is, and there's his final spicy to go with. That will be coming back for him very soon. Jacob betters the majority of the squad. Now Jacob is trying to save the game with a better, but he's just too late. Kedjor 3, Jacob 0. Right. Time for round 4. Kedjor needs to win 2 more rounds to win the match. Jacob needs to win 5. Okay. The options are Rusted Ring, Concrete Playground, Volatile Metalworks, and Frozen Forest. We currently have leading in the votes a 3-way tie between Frozen Forest, the most banned map that's not currently banned, and letting the chat choose. What do we get? The chat chooses! Alright, chat. You may select any map that is not currently banned. The ones that are currently banned are Champion's Court, Submerged Skirmish, and Spider's Den. Apart from any of those 3, you can choose any of the others. Unfortunately, Kahan, Possessed will not be playing today. He said he couldn't. Alright, that's 1 for Battle Yard, 2 for Emperors. 1 for Deep Blue. It's 2 for Emperors, 1 for Battle Yard, 1 Deep Blue. 2 Emperors, 1 Battle Yard, 1 Deep Blue. Going once. Going twice. Emperors it is. Let the round begin! Yeah, no, this delay is not meant to be happening, but unfortunately, the setting I can use to most likely fix the delay is grayed out while the stream is running, and while the stream is not running, I can't figure out how to access the dashboard thing. I go on YouTube, the website, I can't find the dashboard. The only way I seem to be able to get to the dashboard if I click the Go to Live Dashboard button, but that button's only there on my Streamlabs while the stream's running. We never had delays like this on Twitch, but no! Everyone insisted, literally unanimous vote, to go to YouTube. And they asked them again, and they unanimously said, yeah, let's stay on YouTube. I guess people like the permanent VOD storage that much. I mean, it's permanent VOD storage. I definitely see the point. So anyway, back to the match. Jacob's trying to bring in this Bulbul corpse. Kedjor bringing some cherries, Jacob's bringing some cherries. Not entirely clear what Kedjor's next move from here is. Oh, he actually still hasn't dealt with this Bulbul. Right, then Jacob's actually is significantly in the lead. Well, that's if he doesn't let the bumbling snitch bug be too much of an issue for him. Oh dear. Looks like the bumbling snitch bug is only going to continue to be an issue for him. Once it despawns before it sees him again. Oh, which it does. So now Kedjor is going cherry hunting. But he risks... Yep, he wakes up that Bulbul trying to get the cherry. And the cherry carrier is dead anyway. But now Kedjor's back, he's going to try again. He doesn't care how many do-overs he needs to do, how many Pikmin need to be sacrificed for this. Some of you may die, but that is a sacrifice Kedjor is willing to make. Now, Jacob's got a Bulbul chasing him. Both players now at 50. Jacob being the one with the positional advantage here. Oh dear! In trying to keep some of his Pikmin away and trying to hit the first Bulbul, he wakes up a second. That is now his main problem. Oh, was, until he just walked back to base. So, what are our participants actually up to right now? Jacob's still trying to run away from that Bulbul and take cherries. Ooh, now Kedjor's found an orange Bulbul. He's dealing with it currently. He's got the marble. As Jacob's dug up a marble himself. Alright. Now it looks like Kedjor is trying to finally get his show on the road. The issue is, Jacob showed up as a highway bandit precisely on that road. Although he actually seems to be more interested in this orange Bulbul corpse than in the marble. You'd think the marble would be the main priority here. But I guess not. Kedjor walks away with a marble, and Jacob walks away with a marble. What Jacob also has is a pluckaphone, and what Kedjor also has is a pluckaphone too! Oh dear, but Jacob just lost it. Yep! He lost him to the big boy. The big, Bulborb that has now just turned around and gone back to sleep. Anyway, let's see. Let's go. Kedjor's got 49, PikminJacob's got 42. Now Jacob's the one who's trying to take on an orange ball. Yep, he's got it. He's got the marble. What? That's a Kedjor doesn't take it off him. Ooh, with that marble and that marble there. Oh dear. Once again, we see Jacob spicying on only part of his squad because they only had part of them selected at the time. As Kedjor, I think, is about... Yep! He's about to give Jacob a base rush! Oh, what? Okay. Well, that didn't go very well, did it? He tried to bomb Jacob's Pikmin, but the bomb instead got stuck to the jelly float, and then Jacob just returned. Kedjor and Jacob both used their spare bitters, as it seems Jacob narrowly manages to claw back one of the marbles, and Kedjor will narrowly manage to take the other. That said, Kedjor does have to make sure he indeed holds on to this one. Yes, that seems to be what's happening here. Or is it? Behold! Yet another red Bulborb! Kedjor is forced to retreat, as this buys Jacob time to find his way back to that marble. Except I don't even think he's in the right room. No he isn't. Kedjor is finding it difficult to pluck his full strength back with this withering blowhole crossing on his case. Now Jacob's trying to figure out where exactly he is. Still so many Bulborbs here. Now Kedjor's finally... Oh, no, this is not going well for Kedjor. This is not going well for Kedjor at all. But at least he finally gets this marble, or does he? He is once again forced to divert attention from this marble he's been trying to get for who knows how long now. And once again, here comes Jacob to try and take it off him. But I don't think it's going to work. No, it doesn't. Now, is Kedjor going to play it safe, or is he going to get greedy and try and... No, he can't afford... He couldn't even afford to do that if he wanted to. Kedjor is going to go back and pluck back his full strength. I think he may have to get his growth game on, or maybe he can just afford to spicy with the 31 he's got for that last marble in that room. That might be the play if he can split well enough. Then again, Jacob could do the same thing with more Pikmin. Not an easy time to be Kedjor. One of the Bulborb larvae falls outside the map, as Kedjor simply walks away from the others. More Bulborb larvae now. The train from earlier is here. Now, what exactly is Jacob up to? He's trying to find his way back to base, I think. Back to base, where he just manages to see 2 of his Pikmin from burning to death. Kedjor with this corpse will catch up in the numbers, so Jacob's collecting this corpse as well to hit 50. Now what Kedjor needs to think about is that last marble. What Jacob needs to think about is stopping Kedjor. The big disadvantage Kedjor had, preventing him from closing out the game, is one he no longer has. So now Kedjor is finally going to end this, or is he? Still, these 2 red ball orbs block the path. As Jacob is quickly realizing he is not in the right room. There are some of the rest of his Pikmin. You can actually go and fetch them. Well, there's 1. Kedjor seems to have come to this room as well. What exactly is he doing here? But Cajon makes a very good point. 7 of Jacob's Pikmin are still at an unknown location. Where in the world could they be? Oh dear, that's woken up another ball warp, Kedjor. You gotta be careful about these things. Wait. Are these the 7? I count 5 here. So there must be 2 somewhere else. Jacob manages to slow down Kedjor with the Stun Storm, as now he seeks to locate a marble and take it before Kedjor can. That's the one Kedjor was eyeing, that's the big one Kedjor needs! Jacob wants to get it first, and he uses his final spicy in an attempt to do so. If Jacob gets this, the last marble remaining on the map is one in a position Jacob is favoured to take. Kedjor tries to intercept. But Jacob is very quickly running into the Bulborb problem again. What Jacob needs to do, what Jacob really ought to do is just get the rest of his Pikmin from that alcove. He is not doing this. While Jacob's been doing all this, however, Kedjor has been opting for a base rush. But Jacob is... Actually, I don't know how prepared he is to meet this. Oh, yes! Bitter it now! Yes! I think this is it! I think this could be it! No, it's not. Kedjor had a spare bitter. If Jacob can go and fetch the rest of his Pikmin from that alcove, he may just be able to hold this. He'd better catch on quick, though. No, he doesn't know where they are! He just dumped them in an alcove and then forgot about them! The consequence could be yet another win for Kedjor. I think that is right. What we were right about to see. Jacob's desperately hunting for that marble. And for all the rest of his pick, he finally finds them right as it's too late. Kedjor 4, Jacob 0. Right, this time we have Concrete Playground, Warbox, Rusted Ring, or Construction Fortress. 2 we've had, and 2 we have not yet had. If Kedjor wins this next round, he will be the winner of the match. The only way Jacob wins at this point is if he can win the next 5 rounds in a row. Losing 4-0 is never a good position to be in. Not for you. And not for me, either. But it's very good for your opponent. I mean, of course it would be. Right, Construction Fortress it is. Jacob's ready? Is Kedjor ready? It seems Kedjor is not yet ready. What could be going on here? Never mind, Kedjor's ready. Let the round begin! Immediately, Jacob manages to throw one of his Pikmin off the edge. I mean, most of us have probably done this at some point. As we find ourselves on the islands left. Now, do Kedjor and Jacob both know that the base bridge is a trap? If one of them knows and the other doesn't, that will not be very good for the other. Seems Kedjor is the first to... Oh no. No! Jacob fell for the trap! He fell for the trap! He's building the base bridge! I really should have pinged all the participants to remind them that Map's Guide exists. I am figuratively kicking myself right now for not doing this. The only reason I'm not literally kicking myself is because my body is not that flexible. Actually, wait, I'm gonna try. There, I kicked myself in the forehead. It did not hurt. If it hurt, I wouldn't have done it. If it would have hurt, I wouldn't have done it. Why would I want to hurt myself? Why would I want to hurt myself more than I am by watching this? Oh, okay, so while I was distracted kicking myself, I have been helpfully had it pointed out to me by Kakon that Jacob did not in fact fall for the trap, he just wanted the bulb orb. Now Jacob is using a spicy on a marble on his own side. He's ready for sentinel. Yep, that's what he's doing. But Kedjor right now has 3 marbles. But Kedjor is currently building the base bridge, effectively ceding all of these 3 marbles here to Jacob. At this point, it's not falling for the trap for Kedjor because he knows Jacob's got these 3 marbles here secure. So what Kedjor's doing is making advanced preparations to take what is now the last remaining marble up for grabs. And because Jacob is not actually contesting it, it looks like Kedjor is going to be the winner here. With a final score of 5-0, Kedjor has won the match. And it certainly took us long enough to get to this point. Right, we have one more match today that I honestly might struggle to stay awake for, given how late it is. In just under 2 hours between Zien and Viftor. Until then,